Hello, welcome to this video on how to do withdrawal and transfer entries in ProLedger Online. So in this video, you're going to learn how to record cash withdrawals. Let's say from an ATM machine at the bank, you withdrew money. So how do you record that? You're also going to learn how to move money between accounts. So how do you record the movement of money, let's say between a savings and a checking account? And also that relates to the third point, is paying credit card balances, which is basically how do you move money between, let's say, a savings account or a checking account into a credit card account. And in all three of these cases, there is actually no revenue being earned and there's no expense actually being incurred. This is simply movement of money in and out and between accounts. So none of these entries will impact your profit and loss or income statements. And so let's watch the video and see how this is done. Okay, so the first type of entry we're going to record is strictly withdrawal of money from a specific account. So to see how this works best, let's go to the report screen and go to the accounts tab. And you're going to see all our various accounts in this sample file. And we're going to, for example, with the savings account, we have a $4,500 balance. And we can see over here we haven't spent any money yet, but and we haven't transferred any money in and out of that account. So it's kind of a new account, but we're going to record our first cash withdrawal from a bank machine, for example. So let's go to add record. And what we're going to do here is we're going to choose transfer. And we can choose if it's business or personal. You're going to transfer money out of that account. And which account is it? It's the savings account we're transferring money out of. So let's just call it ATM withdrawal, whatever you want. And if it's a pre-written description, you can add it as a pre-written description here, which might be handy. And let's say it's $500. So you just simply enter in 500 and you can make sure the date's accurate. And that's all there's to it. So you've made the entry with transfer out and the amount with a little description, and we chose the account. So what do we do? We're going to choose submit. Let's close this and let's take a look at what happened. So under savings, instead of having a $4,500 balance, we now have a $4,000 balance. And we've shown the transfer here that we've transferred money out by $500. If we go to the actual record and we want to see that particular entry here, we just scroll through it and you will see an entry here for $500 transfer out as an ATM withdrawal. So that's really all there's to it to record an ATM withdrawal. Now, let's say you're moving money between two different accounts. So let's say you're taking money from one account, let's say the checking account, and putting it into savings. So if we go back to our account tab, we can see, well, we got this amount of money in our checking account and we got that much money in our savings account. So let's say we want to move money, we want to move $1,000 out of checking and put it into savings. So let's take a look how to do that entry. So what we're going to do now is a two-part entry. First of all, we're going to transfer money out of a specific account. And let's say that's checking. And we can say, well, transfer of funds, whatever you want to call it. You can even add it again to your pre-written descriptions, or if you don't want to add it to pre-written descriptions, just click outside of it or tab next. And then let's say it's $1,000. Okay, so we've transferred money out of checking. Now we can do a two-part entry here by choosing add another item. So now we have to record the transfer in to our savings. So let's do another entry for that. We'll add it here. So now we're going to choose transfer, and then we can choose transfer in to savings, and we're going to put in the amount again of $1,000. And here we go. So on the right side, you can see we've recorded the transfer out, and then we've recorded the transfer in, and then we submit, and we are done the entry. So let's take a look. Now you can see instead of a $4,000 balance, there's a $5,000 balance. And this account has dropped by $1,000. And over here on the transfer summary, you can see the money has been taken out of here of 1,000 so far. We've had transfers of 1,000 out, and we've had transfers of 1,000 in. So anyway, and you can see now in the savings account, we've moved money out at one point in time to our for a cash withdrawal at the ATM, and we've put money back in. So you can see that it's showing the in and the out, and also the net amount here of movement of money. All right, so that's how you record any movement of money between any two accounts. Now, finally, how do you pay down a credit card balance? So again, really, credit card balance is simply taking money and moving it out of one account into the credit card account. So it's really very much just like the one we did, except you're transferring money into the credit card. So let's take a quick look. We'll go through this briefly. First of all, transfer money out of, let's say, our checking account. And let's say it's a credit card payment. You're going to pay down the balance, but you're not incurring a business expense at this point. You're just paying down your credit card. Let's say you want to take $2,000 this time, and we're going to move money out of checking, and then we add another item, and this time we're going to transfer in to our Visa account $2,000. Okay, and this will be we'll choose our class there. So anyway, you can see the two entries. We're transferring money out of there and into here. No taxes, so let's get rid of that. So the total of the entry is 4,000, but it's just simply moving the money. And remember, none of these entries will affect your income and expense statement. So just choose submit. And when you go to the dashboard, there's no change here with income and expenses. And with reports, there's no change here on your profit and loss statement, but you will see it on your accounts again. So now your Visa account balance has dropped. You've spent $87.90 so far for the report, and your net balance is $67.90 because you transferred in $2,000 here, and you've took that money from the checking account. So in the checking account, we've got a total withdrawal of $3,000. If you remember, we moved $1,000 of it into savings, and we moved another $2,000 into Visa. So it's showing $3,000 here in the summary. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and that's really all there's to it. Thanks for tuning in.